Gotta get the tripod just right. Huh? So it's all the rage right now. Everybody wants to be this alpha male, right? Everybody wants to be an alpha male. Well, what if I told you that beta males are badass and that there's a reason there's more betas than alphas, okay? I'm going to tell you exactly why. I'm going to make the contrarian point that beta males are actually badass. Okay? Who is going to survive in the trenches of World War I? Guy that just rushes in because he's got full confidence because he's been successful with everything he does, or the much more cautious person? Who's actually going to survive when shit really gets real? Why are certain men cautious? Why are certain men timid? The reality is the reason why is because that was an evolutionarily successful trait, okay? Another thing I want to point out is alphas wouldn't be anything without betas, okay? And then an alpha really doesn't want to surround himself with other alphas. I know that that's not what people on the internet say. People are like, oh, alphas want to be around other alphas. The real truth of the matter, guys, is that an alpha male probably doesn't want to be around another alpha male all day. Have alpha males surrounded by other alpha males all day. They're competing about who's in charge. If you have an organization full of alphas, nothing would ever get done because they'd all be in competition, okay? They would all be trying to compete against each other. You know, a real Chad secretly is rooting for the incel. Chad doesn't really give a shit if you get his sloppy seconds, you know? He wants you to marry one of his sloppy seconds. Why wouldn't he, okay? A real Chad is always rooting for the incels. That's the truth, okay? 100%. Because I know I'm the fucking Giga Chud. And that's way better than Chad. Betas have fought in every war. And really, they're fucking savages in war, too. They last longer, they survive longer. It's really, the pretty boys get too much confidence when they're young, okay? Another thing about alphas, they tend to peak when they're younger, whereas, like, certain betas tend to be just super rich when they're 40, okay? Certain betas just tend to be like, boom, like fucking when they're 40, like they just blow up. They just, because that cautiousness and that long-term strategic planning, that little sniveling Machiavellian bullshit that betas do, is actually way better strategically, okay? Evolution produces results, all right? The reason there's so many betas running around is it's evolutionarily speaking, it's successful. This is not free license for you to act like a little bitch boy. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to be passive-aggressive. I'm not telling you to be Machiavellian in a negative way, though I do think you should study Machiavelli. Alphas tend to surround themselves with an entourage of betas, okay? That's really the truth. And the betas are good logistics people, they're good planning people, they usually have better technical skills, they didn't peak in high school. It's not, you know, alphas are the leaders, the organizers, kind of the organized people, and they usually peaked at high school. Whereas a lot of betas, you know, you could have a person that I would call an alpha beta, for lack of a better term, and this is kind of the guy that hangs out with the proverbial alpha, and he's in his entourage, and again, bro, he gets a halo effect from being around the alpha. So every alpha typically has a little entourage of betas, and the betas end up like usually getting married to one of his sloppy seconds, okay? So the idea that, you know, oh, it's over for you if you're a beta, everybody has to be an alpha, that's not actually how society works. If you study anthropology, really the alpha and beta dichotomy, it's primatological phrasing, okay? It's from primatology, all right? It's not really, not that many serious efforts have been made to classify men as alpha versus beta in anthropology, which is the actual study of humans, okay? The actual study of humans, the idea of the alpha-beta dichotomy is actually refuted and discredited by the vast majority of anthropologists that study humans, okay? Primatologists study primates, anthropologists study humans, okay? I've read many books on anthropology, and the vast majority of them do not classify men as alpha or beta. There's like 10 different designations of different type of men. You have innovators, you have explorers, you have, you know, these neurotic mess men that never find themselves. That's kind of your proverbial beta, okay? This kind of neurotic mess that never really finds himself, and he usually just, you got like a guy that kind of just dwells on injustices and grievances, but he never really finds himself, okay? That is your proverbial beta. But there's also other quirky innovator types that are not really classified as what you would think of as an alpha. I know it's fun to classify men as alpha or beta. I know it's fun, okay? And I know the liberals hate when you call a man an alpha or you call a man a beta, but the liberals might actually be right about this one, okay? Educated people that study anthropology, the vast majority of them do not like categorizing human beings as alphas or betas, okay? It's a largely discredited idea in the field of anthropology, sociology, political science. It's not really, this dichotomy is not accepted, and it wasn't even accepted back in the day. So if you're saying it's been watered down by liberals in the modern day, I mean, you could even find me literature from the 1800s. You know, we know the 1800s literature on anthropology was pretty based, right? Okay, well, find me 1800, find me, somebody like Madison Grant, okay? He definitely would have, if anybody was not scared to say things that were edgy, it'd be somebody like Madison Grant. And you don't see Madison Grant referring to men as alphas and betas. You just don't see this. And so, and he was certainly an edgelord. Even for his time, he was an edgelord. So you clicked on this video because it was a controversial title, saying that beta males rule the world, or whatever title that I choose. But what you're actually learning in this video is there's really no such thing as an alpha, no such thing as a beta, because it's situationally relative. If I'm in a room full of Navy SEALs, I'm a beta, okay? If I'm in a room full of nerds, I'm an alpha. It's situationally dependent. And even a troop of chimpanzees typically only has one alpha, or maybe two if they're disputing. But there's generally, in a troop of chimpanzees even if we're talking about primatology, there's generally one major alpha that actually runs a group of chimpanzees, okay? So even in primate science, the idea that you could have a room full of alphas, that doesn't make sense in primatology. So it doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense even if you tried to apply it to anthropology, because if you tried to apply it to anthropology, about 3% of men would be alphas, really. Success breeds more success, okay? So I'd think a man can be raised, if you have kids, if you have sons, you can raise your sons to be alphas, I believe, by showing him this behavior and raising him on this behavior. You can raise a boy into an alpha. It's also about how boys are raised into men. I'm going to name my son U.S. Marine Hyde. Has something to chew on up in the old noggin. That's what I was hoping, You chew on something in the old noggin. It's good to chew on new ideas in the old noggin, okay? Because, if you put your kid on the computer and he's watching anime all day, playing World of Warcraft, he's probably not going to grow up into an alpha. If you go up in there and you say, hey, turn that computer off, we're going for a hike. Comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, check out the merch. We got this Wojak merch, and we're going to be selling Soy Jack merch. We love the Soy Jackers. The Soy Jackers. I'm going to call you guys Soy Jackers. I am the king. I am the Giga Chud, okay? The commander of the Soy Jackers. We now, henceforth, will call the SoyJack.party users Soy Jackers, and I am their leader, the Giga Chud. That's me, alright? So I appreciate the Soy Jackers. Shout out to the Chuds. Jordan Jarrett signing off.